look at me. I'm going to pass it to coin after I say one thing. No. That's a W. Let's eat one. Let's eat one. That's a W. How many people want to eat a W tonight? How many eat a W tonight?
What's up, Brian?
Oh, we on?
We're on. We're live.
No, we started. I didn't realize we started. I wasn't even looking at the screen. Why do you do this to me?
We started. We took a week off last week because, well, there's a couple of reasons. It was Thanksgiving, and also I was pretty sick last week too. So if we did one,
I didn't know you were sick.
Yeah, I could barely see, and I felt like I had to sneeze every 3 seconds.
That the barely seeing makes sense. That I get. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thanks, man. Well, a lot happened. Do you want to talk about it or what?
Yeah, let's talk about it. What do you want to talk about first? I'm sorry, I'm checking to see how badly I did last week with my bets.
I don't think I did well. I don't think I did well last week either.
It was my worst betting week of all time.
Okay. Do you want to talk about that, or do you want to talk about how the Bengals are back and they're going to win the division?
Yeah, we can talk about that. But they're not back. It was fun though. The fun game, like it was fun to see Joe back. Their playoff hopes are alive, and I think that's, if you click on any, major sports news station or any of that kind of stuff, that's one of the big headlines. But honestly, for me, like, it kind of pisses me off how they let some of those games go previously. That's what I think about, is like the opportunity they had to win this division this year, even with Joe missing 9 games. They went 1-8 without him. So 1-8 without him as a starter, 3-0 with him. If you just go 2-7, 3-6 without him, you're tied for first. If you go 3-6, you're actually in first because you have all the tiebreakers against the Steelers and the Ravens.
Do we know Zach Taylor's record without Joe Burrow yet?
We figured it out like 4 or 5 minutes ago. We did. We worked on it. I want to say it was, I think it's 9-31 now. That could be wrong. It's somewhere around because 9 and that 31.
What game in that 1-8? What game did Joe Flacco come in?
He came in for the Packers game. So they went 0-3 with Browning, and then Flacco came in and he went 1-5.
He won his first game, right, against the Steelers or something?
Yeah, they
lose against the Packers?
They lost. Yeah, they lost against the Packers, and they beat the Steelers, and then they lost 4 in a row after that.
Damn. And there was a chance that it was going to be like Flacco's going to bring this team to the playoffs, and we don't need to talk about that. This does not have to be a Bengals podcast because a lot more has happened. There's, for whatever reason, people think the Cowboys are the best team in the league. The Jaguars are going to make the playoffs. The Texans are, everyone's scared of them. So finish with the Bengals thing. They basically have to win out, right?
Yeah, so they have to, for them to make the playoffs, which actually is easier than last year because they were in the same situation last year. They were 4-8, needed to win out, but they needed like a ton of help to get into the wild card. And they got a ton of the help, but except for the last game, they needed Kansas City to beat Denver, which didn't happen. This year, they went out. I believe it's at, like, if they went out, they have like an 87% chance to make the playoffs, but it's only through winning the division. And then they would need the Ravens and Steelers to both lose 2 of their next 5. So they play the Ravens once. So if they win out, that's assuming the Ravens lose to us. So that's 1 loss. And then they still play the Patriots, the Steelers twice. And I can't remember the last game, but they have it's not a super, maybe the Packers. So they have a tough schedule. And then same with the Steelers. They play the Ravens twice. I think they also play the Packers. I could be wrong on those games, but so the assumption is if they win out, they might make, there's a strong chance just because the Steelers look like shit, obviously, and the Ravens look like shit. So, yes, they have to. They basically
AFC North is bad.
AFC North is bad. That's the moral of the story. They have like less than 1%
worst division. Worst division in the league.
Yes, there's a chance that an 8-9 wins the division, which is insane. But 6-6, 6-6.
That's crazy.
Steelers, Ravens. No one's pumped about those 2 teams. Then you got. I mean, if you had to pick one team in the AFC North that you didn't want to play in the playoffs, who would it be?
The Bengals, because they're the best quarterback.
They're the best quarterback right now, and the defense has looked good the last couple weeks. I mean, like, we didn't talk about it because of we didn't do a pod last week. If Jamar Chase plays in that Patriots game, they probably win that game. They got down to the 25-yard line, down 6 with 30 seconds left, and just couldn't convert a fourth down. They were at the end of that game. They didn't have Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, or Trey Hendrickson. They're 4 best players on the team. They didn't.
Their whole salary cap.
Their whole salary cap was not on the field, and they lost to the red hot Patriots 26-20. Like, they very easily could have won that game, and that's where the hindsight comes in of like, should you have played Burrow that game? Probably, and then you're probably looking at 5-7 right now. So I don't know. It'll at least be fun. Like, this weekend's going to be fun against the Bills. I'm excited that the game means something again, because like I think I said this a couple weeks ago. I'm cheering for draft picks now. But once the game's on, it's so hard to cheer for them to lose. It's really hard to want your team to lose. So I'm just excited.
You can't be cheering for that.
No, you can't be cheering for that. Once you lose, you can be like, all right, hey, at least we'll get a better draft pick. But like in the moment, in the game, you're still going to get pissed off.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm excited.
Check out when they're officially crossed off. Then you can check out. But when there's a chance, there's a chance.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's enough of the Bengals. So we need to talk about this Cowboy situation, because Jerry Jones, does he just know a lot more than everyone else, or is this just like the luckiest thing ever?
I think he's just lucky. Like, I think the proof is there with Jerry Jones, that they haven't gotten to. I mean, their last Super Bowl appearance was the one they won like 93, 94. I can't remember what year it was, but it was when they had their little dynasty 95. In the early 90s. So I think he's just kind of I think this whole thing kind of worked out in his favor. But I mean, at the same time, he makes it seem like he knows what he's doing. It seems like, yeah. I mean, you trade Micah.
You just beat
for a haul.
Michael,
that's right. I forgot it's Michael Parsons.
I said Mike. Yeah, Michael. Yeah, you trade Micah for the who was the guy from the Packers they got that in like a first rounder?
Yeah, the DT. Why am I drawing a blank?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm drawing a blank on both names now. But then you get the guy from the Jets, I forget his name. And now all of a sudden Quentin Williams, and now all of a sudden their defense is unbelievable. And also you get George Pickens, is he the best receiver in the league? We don't know. CeeDee Lamb, he's the second best receiver in the league. If George Pickens is the first, it means unbelievable. Then they get Javonte Williams, who was a cast off from the Broncos. Was he on the Broncos last year? Yeah, the Broncos. And all of a sudden they can run the ball. Like, Dak looks like he could win the MVP, or should have won the MVP. George Pickens looks like the best receiver in the league, and they have CeeDee Lamb. They have a great tight end, good running backs, solid defense now, especially with Overshown and Diggs back healthy, and the addition of Quentin Williams. And did you find out the name of the guy from the Packers?
Yeah, Kenny Clark.
Kenny Clark. Yeah.
Long time.
Now all of a sudden they're in kind of like a Bengals plus situation where what are they, 6-5? They can possibly win the division. Yeah, 6-5-1. God, I forgot about that. Tie. 6-5-1. They could possibly reach the Eagles with how bad they're playing, and like, who knows what the hell's up with them. We're going to talk about them, and I honestly don't know what to say. But the Cowboys are one of the scariest teams in the league right now.
I think I texted you this.
I hate it.
Yeah, I think I texted you this. That, like, I mean, you got the Rams, you got the Seahawks, like, you have your, the Bears are obviously first in the NFC, but like, the Cowboys are scary, like, really scary. And like, they, to your point, like, a little bit of what the Bengals, that's what the Bengals should have done last year. They had a terrible defense and an awesome offense, but the Cowboys, like you said, they made the trade for Quentin Williams, who's an all-pro defensive tackle, and
they got your boy.
Yeah, Logan Wilson he's made a huge difference. No, he hasn't really played that much, but they did what I think like any team would want their franchise to do is, hey, we know we have a chance here with the offense. Let's go in and use some of those assets we got from the Micah Parsons trade and shore up our defense a little bit. And Quinn Williams has been a beast since he's gotten to Dallas. And like some people have kind of said, is it because when he was on the Jets, like, your team's not good, you're packing it in a little bit, like who knows? But I think sometimes going to a fresh place gives you a little bit of fresh air. But he's been a stud his entire career with the Jets. I mean, he's a top 3 pick when he came out for a reason. But yeah, right now it looks like they're winning the Micah Parsons trade, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't think they got enough for Micah Parsons, but once you throw in Quinn Williams as well, like that makes a massive difference. You got your star back. He's a great pass rusher from the interior. Yeah. So yeah, you lose one of the,
don't have to pay him $47 million.
Correct. You don't have to pay him $47 million. So right now, Jerry Jones has it seems like he's made some fantastic moves, and I'd be scared to play. Like, to your point, as you as an Eagles fan, like I'd be scared. Cowboys, they don't seem like they're going to lose. They're losing anytime soon. Big game tomorrow against the Lions, which is basically an elimination game for either team that loses, just with how good the NFC is this year.
Teams.
For both teams, yeah. Because you got the Bears at the 1 seed with 9 wins. 7 seed also has 9 wins, which is nuts. Like the 1 and 7 seed all have 9 wins.
We have a clip out right now about us not believing in the Bears, and ever since that clip came out today, ever since the clip came out, they're now the number 1 seed in the NFC. Yeah. But listen to the schedule that the Cowboys have. So if they win tomorrow against the Lions, then they go against the Vikings, then the Chargers with Justin Herbert with one hand.
I think he's going to play.
Commanders and Giants. I understand, but like still, like one hit. I mean, look what happened to Aaron Rodgers this week. I mean, that guy. Mm-hmm. You say what you want about him, he's a dog.
He said he couldn't take a snap from under center yet because of the broken left hand. And I did watch Justin Herbert come back in that game. Like he couldn't, like he bobbled a couple snaps. Like when he's getting tackled, he's like trying to switch it into his right hand to cover up the ball so he doesn't, because he couldn't really hold it with his left hand. I mean, yeah, it's going to be harder to play. I agree. Yeah, like you're not going to be as effective as you would be. But it's a pretty. I mean, you get through the Lions, you're feeling pretty good if you're
pretty favorable.
And then, like honestly, the tie helps too. Like the tie, I think helps because you can't lose a tiebreaker. Like you have the tiebreaker essentially with your record.
Yeah, and then the Eagles go Chargers, Raiders, Commanders, Bills, Commanders.
Okay, that's not bad either.
I mean, the Commanders are still, 2 division games.
2 division games, but you get the Chargers with Herbert, who might actually not play this week.
Yeah.
This is the week he's kind of a toss-up. And then the Bill. I mean, we could talk about the Bills a little bit later, but you get the Bills who, they beat Pittsburgh, but like we talked, Pittsburgh had Aaron Rodgers with a broken hand, and they looked completely out of sorts on offense.
Basically, the Eagles need to go 3-2, and
are the Eagles 9-3?
No, they're 8-4. To win the division, I'm saying they need to go 3-2, and then at worst, and then the Cowboys need to win out. I think if the Cowboys win out, they'll win the division, though.
Let's see.
So Eagles have to go 4-1.
Yeah, Eagles are 8-4. Yeah, Eagles will have to go. Shit, man. Yeah, I didn't realize how close it was. 6-5-1. Yeah, so if the Eagles,
that's just if like best case scenario for both teams. Or I guess like I don't even know how to explain this, but basically, if the Cowboys win tomorrow, the Eagles need to go 4-1 to lock up the division.
Correct. Yes, correct. Because Cowboys can't reach 12 wins. So no, the Eagles getting to 12 wins would lock the division. Yes.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Which is scary. But here's something I did want to talk about though. Mm-hmm. With all these like random teams getting good now, who your 2 teams from 2 division from both divisions, who are you most scared of? So I'll just, since you're a Bengals fan, I'll give you the AFC. Pick 2 teams you're scared of the most right now to play in the playoffs from the AFC.
If I am an AFC opponent in the playoffs, probably the Patriots, just because they look like the most complete team right now, and Drake May's playing at, obviously an MVP level, even though, I might have talked shit about him during the Bengals game a couple weeks ago. I do think fired up. But you can't. That's me when I'm in Bengals games. Like none of it makes sense. It's just kind of shit on the wall. And then honestly, the second team that I would say maybe the Houston Texans. And I haven't talked highly of the Texans on this podcast.
We've been off on the Texans all year.
But the defense, man, their defense is insane. So and they have enough pieces on the offensive side to I'm not a big, we talked about it last week or 2 weeks ago, not a big CJ Stroud guy. Doesn't really matter who they have back there, quarterback, CJ Stroud, Davis, Mills. I think it's, they have someone who can pass the ball, and then you have decent receivers. And I just think with that defense, you can stop anybody. Like, they can literally stop anybody. So those are the two teams I think I wouldn't want to play. Like, I'm not the Chiefs. I basically elimination game from this week. If they don't win, they're basically not make the playoffs. It's very, very difficult for them to make the playoffs. I'm not scared of the Bills right now. No one from the AFC North I'm scared of. And then, the Colts, Daniel Jones seems to be coming back down to earth a little bit.
He has a broken leg.
I can't believe he played in that game. I cannot play.
He has a broken leg. I mean, literally half the reason why their offense was so good is because he can run, and he can barely do a 3-step drop.
But Colts, again, super hard schedule. There's a chance they don't even make the playoffs, which would be nuts from how they started.
I know.
And then, Chargers, I'm not scared of. Broncos, I'm not scared of at all. Broncos are the team I would want.
See,
if I was the 7th seed, I would love that I was playing the Broncos.
But you can have the same argument at the Broncos as you do the Texans. You don't really believe that much in Stroud. You don't really believe that much in Knicks. But they have the Broncos probably have the best offensive line.
Yeah.
And they have a top 3, top 4 defense. And I think the same argument, because my two teams for the AFC were the Broncos and Texans. If I'm the Patriots, I don't want either of those teams.
Interesting.
Not until the AFC Championship. But if
well, Patriots Broncos probably wouldn't be, but yeah.
The AFC Championship?
Yeah, because they'll probably be the 1 and 2 seeds.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If I'm the Patriots, I don't want to see the Texans, especially early, because I'd rather them get beat up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't want to see the Broncos. Their defense is so good, and then you have Sean Payton, who's an unbelievable coach. And a lot of these people are saying the Broncos are barely winning, but they're barely winning, but they just continue to win, and they're winning the same way every time, which is
they are.
Bo Nix steps up when he needs to. The defense steps up when they need to.
For sure, thought they were going to lose to the Commanders in overtime. 1,000% thought they were going to lose.
I mean, Mariota was solid in that game. And also, when I heard that and I texted the group that, the next morning I listened to 4 different podcasts and everyone was like, "What's with that?"
Okay, so my thing, we don't need to go a big time, but the thing that bothered me the most is that he said it differently every time. It's
they were correcting themselves, and then they weren't.
Correct. When they were just talking, they would say Mariota again, and I was okay, pick a side. If you're gonna go with it, you just got to take it.
He's been in the league for 12 years. Yes. We know his name.
Yes.
And if Mariota came out and said, "Actually, this is how you pronounce it," hey man, you had your chance 12 years ago when you were the fucking number 2 or 3 pick.
Number 2 pick. Yeah. I always think of the Harry Potter thing that guy was floating around the Leviosa.
Yeah, I saw that
every single time. But okay, that's fine. I can see what you're saying with the Broncos.
Yeah. All right. What about the NFC? Who don't NFC? You want to see?
I know the Rams did not have their best showing against the Panthers, but I still think they're the most complete team in the NFC. So I would say the Rams for sure. If I was picking,
it's obviously Rams and Seahawks, but who's a dark horse that you wouldn't want to see?
I still don't really believe in the. I mean, the Bears was a great win, but I'm still not super scared of the Bears. Lions look beatable.
Cowboys?
Probably. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, okay. Yeah. Definitely the Cowboys. We just talked about them. Definitely the Cowboys. I think I texted you that even. I said that the one team that I wouldn't want to play is the Cowboys just because they figured out the defensive side of the ball and the offense's best offensive football. And to your point, what I meant to say is Pickens wide receiver 1? Is CD wide receiver 1? The whole thing is crazy that they both are.
They're wide receiver 1A, 1B in the NFL.
For sure. Absolutely. Pickens is a freaking monster. The fact that the Steelers traded him away they lost that trade and then they signed Metcalf to that giant deal. You got to be kicking yourself. But obviously, it wasn't working for whatever reason in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Then probably the Packers. Probably the Packers, I would say. Jordan Love looked really, really good last week. Again, we were talking back and forth about the whole Jordan Love, Jared Goff, like who would you rather have conversation. And then like their defense, like they do have Michael Parsons. Their defense is solid. So I would probably say Packers would be next.
I did see a stat about Jordan Love. After week 11, he's thrown 32 touchdowns and 2 interceptions and has a QBR of 111.
Is this the Toyotathon thing or whatever?
Yeah.
That they always talk about Jordan Love because he turns it on in the winter months when they're doing their deals.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the stats back it up. 32 and 2 is unbelievable.
That's nuts.
And underneath it was best ever.
Do you think the Packers need, and we've talked about like how they've built their team, like do you think they need like an alpha wide receiver?
Yeah. I think a complete team has that one guy you can always go to, because they did have that in Tucker Kraft, but he's out. Like that alpha. I mean, Tom Brady had Gronk. Patrick Mahomes had Kelsey. Yeah, I mean, I think you either need an unbelievable tight end who can block and catch, or like with like a slot guy, or like a Randy Moss or Stephon Diggs or Jamar Chase, that kind of guy.
Okay, I was just curious. I feel like they would, like, obviously, I think everyone would benefit from like a stud wide receiver, but I feel like that's the go-to guy holding them back. Yeah, a go-to guy. I feel like that's the one piece holding them back, is not having that. Like they have Jordan Love, but they don't really. And Josh Jacobs is a great running back. They don't have that difference maker. Like to your point, you need a first down, you need a big play. Everyone knows you're going to them, but they're going to make the play anyway. I feel like a lot of these other
Tucker
teams
Kraft was that guy. Kraft was that guy.
Yeah.
Like in Arizona, you have Trey McBride. I mean, think about Matt Stafford, man. That guy's got Devontae Adams and Puka. That's crazy.
And the Seahawks, JSN. Like, they don't have a great deep receiving core, but they have JSN. What else do you need? Like,
they have Cooper Kupp, reliable.
Yeah.
And they got Rashid Shaheed.
Rashid Shaheed.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like this whole year with the NFL, there's been so many ups and downs with all these teams, and some teams get hot. Like even the Eagles, they were hot for 2 weeks. Everyone was talking about their defenses. Oh my God, it's so good. They can make up for their offense, and then they come down. Then it's the Packers, the beginning of the season. We're like, no one's beating the Packers. And then now it's the Cowboys and Texans. It's like all these like different fluctuations.
And it's always
a lot of teams you don't believe in too.
Right. It's always like, and that's what always ends up happening, right? Is like you want to get hot at the right time. You want to be hot at the end of the year. So like the Eagles have been the opposite, right? Where they got hot a couple years ago. They were 10-1, 10-2, whatever it was. And then they fell apart at the end of the season and lost the wild card. Like you want to get hot at the right time. So like if the Patriots were to lose or the Broncos were to lose, like it's not the end of the world, I don't think. Like, and that's where the Rams, the loss isn't the end of the world. Now pick it back up and go into the playoffs on a little bit of a win streak.
Well, basically what I'm saying is like all these teams that are like really good right now, like the Bears, the Patriots, the Texans, 2 weeks ago it was the Colts. Like you would never, like those teams, you're just like, I would never put money on them to win, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like they're just like it's a cool story, but I don't think they have it. But like the teams that quote unquote have it were the Bills, Ravens, Chiefs, and Eagles, and now we're looking at them like, what the hell is going on?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just been like a weird year, but there's just like been these like weird hot streaks.
It's gonna be crazy if the Chiefs, if and when the Chiefs don't make the playoffs. It's gonna be crazy.
You are smiling way too hard for that.
I smile in general. Give me a break.
I know, but you smile hard when Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs aren't playing well.
It will it will be crazy though. Like if they don't make the play, like if you don't have them in the playoffs, you don't have the Ravens in the playoffs. Like the Bills are the 7th seed right now. They don't have the easiest schedule left.
Yeah.
Like,
and no one believes in them because their defense stinks and Josh Allen doesn't want to throw to.
yes. So like their schedule left, they have the Bengals, which I would say is not an easy game by any
Toss
means.
up.
I don't think Josh Allen's ever beat the Bengals, and Bengals are probably at their strongest they've been all season. Then you got the Patriots.
I would say the Bengals have a better team anyway.
Defense is bad.
What do you mean?
Defense is bad. But
so,
you have the
so are the
Patriots.
Bills. The Bills can't stop the run.
That is true. Browns, Eagles, Jets. So like they can very easily go 2-3 down that stretch, and end up with 10 wins and potentially not make the playoffs.
Yeah, it's starting to feel like 2023 all over again with the Eagles. And I don't even know, like,
yeah, the Eagles.
I guess it's coaching, but man, people hate Jalen Hurts, but I still kind of like him.
Yeah, I think he gets a lot of hate for just because of who he is.
Because everything he says is an Instagram caption.
Yes, or from a
scripture
philosophical, philosophical book of like deep thought, like. Yeah. And I don't know, maybe I don't think that's a problem though. Like, but again, we don't interact with these people. Like, we don't know. What
it was
like
cool when you won the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
but when you lose, it's not cool.
Yeah, it's very true. Nothing is cool when you're losing. Like, everything you do is picked apart. But yeah, Eagles.
Think about
Eagles
if JJ McCarthy was fucking. I'm sorry, but think if JJ McCarthy was tearing it up. People would be tattooing the number 9 on them all over the place. But now it's a meme. Now every time a quarterback plays bad, they AI, like I saw Lamar Jackson's face on there. Yes, I saw Matt Stafford's face on there. Like no one's safe.
I feel bad for him, man. Like
it's bad.
He's just getting destroyed. He's at home with like his 2-month-old, and like he's just getting absolutely roasted all over social media. But Eagles. They have a pretty easy schedule for like Chargers without Justin Herbert. He might play, but if he plays, he'll be limited. Raiders, Commanders. Like you should beat the Raiders and Commanders twice. Like you should win all 3 of those games, and then you got the Bills, which will be a tough game. But
they lost to the Giants.
Gosh, yeah. I hope they don't fall apart. Yeah, I didn't realize they rated 4. I thought they were 9-3 still.
Real bummer.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Bears, you believe in them at all?
They look
I know
so
we
bad
have that.
The Bears. It was brutal. No.
We have that floating out there.
No, but then there's that thing where like they have the running game that could last. You know, they have a solid defense. Caleb Williams can do some good things sometimes, but I don't believe in him.
I think it's going to depend on Caleb. Like he needs to play a little bit better. I think he's got one of the lowest completion percentages in the NFL. Like he doesn't turn the ball over, which is huge, and like that's a big part of how they play. To your point, like you run the ball well, you play solid defense, you don't turn the ball over, you can win a lot of games. But like huge game against the Packers, both these games 2 of the next 3 weeks. Then you got the Lions to finish the season and 49ers. Like there's a chance they lose 4 out of the last. Like and then they have the Browns. There's a chance they lose 4 of those 5 games and maybe not make the playoffs at 10-7, which is how the NFC is going, which would be crazy because the Packers 8-3-1. So like you're the tiebreaker. If you lose to them twice, they pass you and they have that tie. So like, it's hard to get past them. I don't know. Well, we're gonna learn a lot this weekend because like Texans Chiefs is basically an elimination game. Cowboys Lions basically an elimination game. Packers Bears is a huge game in terms of like division standings and wildcard standings. Like that's a massive game. Like there's some big games this weekend.
This is a huge football weekend.
This is where it gets like really fun. Like once you're done with Thanksgiving, you're kind of in this playoff stretch, and you're playing all the scenarios for both sides, not even your own teams, just to see who gets in. And then you got Jacksonville, Indianapolis is another one this weekend. Like these are massive games. I love it. I'm pumped.
Yeah, it's almost like you have the college football conference championships this weekend, and then you have this is make or break for playoffs as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like and the last Eagles, 2 weeks.
Eagles Chargers. Eagles Chargers ended on Monday night. Like, it's a huge game for both teams too. Like, all these games are like do or die right now. I feel like it's, and you kind of said it. This is more like, it feels more so do or die than it has in years past. Yeah. These games 4 or 5 weeks before the season ended,
and no one knows who's good.
I know. It's so funny.
It's crazy. Like, there's not like a juggernaut team where you're just like, man, you just have like the weird frisky teams. You're like, they're going to come in here and neither they're going to beat us 30-7 or we're going to beat them 28-24 and or like go to overtime. It's like 24-21, some bullshit game like that. It's everything's on the table.
And then Baltimore-Pittsburgh, biggest rivalries in sports this weekend. Again, another game where it's basically like a losers in a shitty position after that game. And then that's not even Bengals-Bills, which is also... Did you say
biggest rivalry in sports is Steelers-Ravens?
Non-sports, but it's a big NFL rivalry. You can agree that it's a huge...
It's a rivalry for sure.
It's a huge rivalry. It's the biggest in the AFC North. I'm fine. You know what? Hold on, I'm going to look it up.
What are you going to look up? An opinion on what rivalries are best?
The biggest,
some guy who writes for Sports Illustrated.
Google.
From 2000.
This is AI. No, this is AI
overview. Because we
overview.
believe everything from Google.
Biggest NFL rivalries include Packers-Bears, which I would agree with, Steelers-Ravens, Cowboys-Eagles, the three biggest.
Yeah. Okay. You said biggest rivalry in sports. You didn't say not in college. You didn't say professional sports.
I corrected myself.
I corrected you, but anyway, we can move on.
You did.
All right.
That's funny.
Let's just get to my top 10 that I had the most problems with.
I was gonna say this week has to be very, very difficult for top 10 because it could be like 15 teams, and who goes 1?
Yeah.
Who goes 7? You're gonna tell me right now.
Which way do you want me to go? 10-1.
Let's do 10-1 because I feel like there might have been some movement up top with the Rams losing to the Panthers. Which Panthers, shout out Panthers, good for them. Happy for them.
Yeah, good for them. Spoiler alert: Panthers are not my top 10, but I have Bills close? At 10. No, they're not close. Bills at 10. 49ers at 9.
Okay.
Colts at 8. Whoa. What just happened here? Okay. Let me restart this. Bills at 10. Bears at 9. 49ers at 8. Colts at 7. Eagles at 6. Packers at 5. Broncos at 4. Patriots at 3. Seahawks at 2. Rams at 1.
Okay.
The loss to the Panthers didn't sway me. I mean, I like just teams lose, and it was a good game. Yep. Panthers are a weird team, but I think if the Rams play anyone, they're going to be favored. I mean, you can even say Seahawks and Rams are 1A, 1B, because if you threw them on a neutral site, I wouldn't know who to pick, but I'd probably lean Rams because of Matt Stafford and Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams and Kyron Williams and all that. But yeah, do you have any questions about that?
No, I like it. I would have maybe bumped the Patriots ahead of the Seahawks just based on how the Seahawks looked this past week. Like, I was a big couple weeks ago,
125-3.
I know, big Seahawks proponent. Sam Darnold hasn't played well the last few weeks, and I think that's a big part of it. Like, he hasn't looked overwhelmingly good, and then you have potentially the MVP with Drake May. It's like, I don't know, just to mix it up a little bit, I would maybe have put the Patriots a little bit higher. Because what if they won 9 games in a row now, the Patriots?
The Seahawks just beat the Vikings 26-0.
Yeah, against Max Brosmer, who threw 4 picks. The defense is fantastic. I said that a couple weeks ago. Defense is fantastic. I'm just playing a little devil's advocate here. I'm just trying to get a little flow going, you know? I could have seen you do it.
So this is first take now.
not saying you needed to do it. I'm just saying, like, Patriots looked really good this past week against the Giants.
Yeah, but if they played against each other, who would you choose? I'd pick the
That would
Seahawks.
be a good matchup. That
would be a good matchup, but I'd still think I'd pick.
I'm curious what the line would be
Seahawks.
at like a neutral site for that.
Probably be like Seahawks minus half.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Pick them.
Colts is the other one. I don't know who you would put in. Maybe you sneak the Texans into the top 10 and they make an appearance based on how they're playing. And I would have maybe pulled because part of it is like the Daniel Jones injury. Like, I don't know. Just that was another one. Like maybe sneaking the Texans in the top 10. Maybe they deserve to crack the top 10.
They barely beat the Colts when the Colts quarterback has a broken leg.
Yeah. I'm just giving you my input. That's all.
And did you see that game? There were some questionable calls in that game.
There was
a phantom PI. There was a PAT that was clearly missed, and they called it good. And then there was one more, like a holding call that like it just wasn't a thing.
What about Cowboys? Do you think are they close?
Yeah, but like the thing is, it's just because they've looked good the last 2 weeks doesn't mean they're going to crack the top 10.
Yeah. Okay.
Like we have a whole body of work for the season. This isn't my top 10 teams for the week or for the last couple weeks. This is my top 10 of okay, these teams are probably going to make the playoffs. So these teams are the best teams, not the teams that could make the playoffs. Like the Cowboys lose this week, like why would I put them in the top 10?
That's true. That you need to see another week. This is a big week for that. Like, hey, let's see if they've actually made that next step.
If they go and beat the Lions, I get it. That's 3 weeks in a row. They beat great teams, but even the Lions are so broken. But
Lions are broken.
But yeah, I mean they could, but they're 6-5, 6-5-1.
6-5-1. Yeah. Okay.
And all these other teams have more than 8 wins.
I was gonna say I think the rest of them all have 8 wins. Besides. Yeah, I think they'll have 8 wins. Chargers were not in there, which I get why. You're dealing with the Herbert injury and just like there's something. They have so many injuries across the board.
There's something off about that team. Yeah,
I agree. There's just something not fully there. Jacksonville is the other one. I still don't really trust it yet. We'll find out more about them when they play the Colts this week. But okay. I like your top 10 though. I have no problem.
The Colts are
they're
clinging on. They're and that what I put them in 9, or 8.
8, yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're clinging on to it. Like if they lose this week,
lost to Jacksonville, they're out. Yeah, okay. No, I have no problems with any of yours. The only ones I called out were just things that I could have seen, but I have no problem with it at all.
Yeah,
I'm a Seahawks guy, as we all know. So,
are you?
Question: Bengals win the next 2 weeks. Are they cracking the top 10 if they beat the Bills and the Ravens?
What, they'll be 6-8? No.
Yeah. Fine.
They won't be made. Let's just say they won't be making the top 10 this year,
unless they make the playoffs.
Well, then we're gonna not do the top 10 anymore because we already have our top teams. Technically,
that'll be the last week of it. Playoff week.
Week 17.
We could put them at 10. Yeah, we can put them at 10 just to like.
If if they win out, I'll put them at 9.
Okay, I'll take it.
But I saw a bunch of people putting the Bears like top 5, and I'm like, what are you watching? Besides that last game against the Eagles, who stink.
Yeah, I don't see it at all. Oh, I guess we didn't say that one. Bears, right? Like we didn't say that were they in your top 10? No.
Yeah, they were 9. Or they were
9.
10.
Okay.
No.
They were at the very bottom. 10. Okay.
Yeah, do you have a player that stood out to you this week?
I do have a player that stood out to me. I think it was a very important week, and we already talked about him. I'm going to give it to Jordan Love this week. Big win in Detroit to kind of like to obviously pass the Lions. They're 8-3-1, Lions 7-5. Push a division opponent down to go out there on Thanksgiving, throw 4 touchdown passes. He looked good. He made some big throws at the end of the game to kind of keep the chains moving too. Like that third down play they had at the end of the game was huge. I believe it was to Wicks that he threw it to on that. It's a great throw, great catch. to seal the game. I just thought it was a statement game for him. It hasn't, depending on who you talk to, it hasn't been the greatest season for him. Like statistically, I just think he played a great game when he really needed to. The 4 touchdown passes were huge. Completed 60% of his passes, had a solid rating. It wasn't like blow you out of the water numbers, 230 yards, 4 touchdowns, but I think given the circumstances, really needing to win. That's who my play of the week went to this week. Yeah, it's a lot. It's good.
No, I like that. That's a good one. That's a good one. I'm surprised it wasn't Joe Burrow.
I was thinking Evan McPherson for 6. I was gonna say Evan McPherson for 6 field goals. I was gonna do that one, but I figured I couldn't give it to a kicker.
Why not?
No, just
why not, bro?
There's a lot more chip shots anyway. Kickers matter.
They do matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I didn't even make a parlay yet. Holy shit! I forgot. Let's just make one right now. Do you have one?
Let's do it.
You don't have one, so we're gonna make it live. All right. I'm gonna do an anytime touchdown one. Am I gonna do that? I don't know, man. I really don't. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. Are you gonna put Jamar Chase in there?
Yes, I have to. He's so due for a touchdown.
Okay, then I'm not going to. Okay, so I'm gonna go with Jacoby Myers over 4.5 catches. Then I'll go. I mean, how bad is this Tennessee Cleveland game gonna be? Or this Miami Jets.
The over-under that game is 33.5. But that's what you get, right? When you have a bunch of good games with the good teams, you're going to have a couple games that no one's going to care about at all besides the fans of those teams.
100%. 100%. I'm going to go Devontae Smith touchdown. He's due because A.J. Brown's been getting all of them for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
How come when A.J. Brown gets involved, the Eagles lose? It's like the third game that's happened where he like just started getting his catches.
I wanted to ask you about that actually. So like he even said that like after I think it was not the loss to the Bears, because the loss to the Cowboys. He was like, I'm not mad. Like after they lost because he had a good game. So it was kind of one of those things where it's like it's just weird. Like
come on, man.
It's just weird. That whole situation is. I'm very curious to see what happens in the offseason with that. The Eagles might get themselves a haul there.
You think so?
Yes, I do.
I mean, yeah, that's. Yeah. And then my last, so Jacoby Myers over 4.5 receptions, Devontae Smith touchdown, Devontae Adams touchdown because he's addicted to the end zone. Mm-hmm. And then Josh Jacobs over 97.5 rushing and receiving yards. And those odds are 1,700 plus 1,700.
Nice. That's solid. That's very solid.
All right. Do you have
a lot of people? Yeah, I got one. There's a lot of people that I would like to use in the Cowboys Lions game because that's a lot of the go-tos are in there, like Amon-Ra, but he might not play. George Pickens is a freaking touchdown machine. Javonte Williams, obviously, CeeDee Lamb. But they play tomorrow, which I'm excited. Like, that's another Thursday, like another game this week that's awesome. But I'm going to go JSN again. He's kind of been a staple for mine. I think he had his worst week of the year was like 2 catches for 20 yards last week. I think he bounces back against the Falcons this week. I'm going to go Jamar. He hasn't scored a touchdown in 4 or 5 weeks now with the suspension, all that kind of stuff. So like he's due. Burrow obviously kind of hyper targets him, especially when you get in those red zone situations. So I'm going to go Jamar Chase. I'm going to do it until he scores. I'm going to go Puka. I think Puka is due against Arizona. Devontae Adams has scored so many touchdowns. Like this is the week Puka gets involved. He's probably going to be begging for it. Like I think that happens in these NFL rooms. Like when someone's scoring a lot of touchdowns, it's like, all right, give me the ball.
They're going to fake it to Devontae.
Yes, exactly. Like these goal line touchdowns that he's scoring, they're going to give one to Puka. And then the last one, I kind of wanted one in the Chiefs-Texans game because I think it's going to be a fun Sunday night matchup to watch. I'm going to go Nico Collins just for the odds because it was plus 165. I kind of like those odds. So I'm going to go Nico Collins. That gets you to plus 1526 on my end for my parlay. So
I like that.
I'm excited about that one. I feel really good about this one. I do. I feel good. I'm excited.
That reminds me of that one podcast that I always send you on from TikTok where they try to guess.
Oh, yeah.
There's like 4 of them. They all try to guess the same athlete. And they're like,
the same
second try. I think I got it. It's obvious.
Yeah.
Dude, those guys are awesome. I think it's called like Glue Guys or something, but some like a completely
Someone
different
says like,
sport.
yeah, someone says Oscar Robinson. Someone else says like Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. All
yeah.
right. So how did we do last week?
Not good. Before we do bets, do you want to do a quick NBA? Quick
No, we're gonna
Giannis
do
talk?
that then. We're gonna do it at the end.
Do it at the very end? Okay. I went 0-3 last week.
Wow.
And if you're listening and you follow the player props, we've been over 500 pretty much every week for those. I think I went 1-5 on Sunday's games. Like it was just a terrible week. It was
This was a bad week. These last 2 weeks have been kind of weird with the games, but I think this is the week where it starts getting like kind of normal, where we have teams trying to prove themselves and we have some good matchups. So I think it would all come back.
And then you went. Computer is being slow as. All right, you got the Jaguars correct, so you won that one. Bucks Cards over 44.5 was a loss.
Miss.
And then miss. Yeah. And then Dolphins Saints over 42.5, I think was also a loss. Yep. We went 1-5. I think I was texting you. I was like, this is the week we're gonna go 6-0.
You did say that. You did.
Oh, so bad. So bad. So you're 24-14-1. And I was crawling back to 500 just to completely tank at 17-22 now. Bad.
It's all right. You can still make a comeback.
I know.
What am I at right now?
24-14-1.
Killing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're having a good season. All right, you go first.
All right, give me. Wow, it's the first time I'm looking at these spreads here. Wow, the Rams are 7.5 point favorites in Arizona. That's crazy.
I took them 9.5 in Carolina last week. That was a mistake.
You know what? Give me the Eagles -3 against the Chargers. Yeah. Damn, that over/under is 40.5.
I think that might be the Justin Herbert effect of potentially him not playing, which is why that over/under is.
Yeah.
The Chargers also ran the shit out of the ball last week. That was again partially because maybe Herbert wasn't.
So did the Bears.
Yeah. All right, my turn. God, Bears are the 1 seed and they're 6.5 point underdogs.
I saw that.
It's nuts. That is nuts.
They are seeing what we're seeing.
Mm-hmm. I'm tempted to take Broncos -7.5 because the Raiders stink, but they play every game close. So
I was looking at that too.
It's hard. They were -7 against the Commanders, and they didn't cover.
The Raiders are so bad. I really hope you don't take this.
Are you looking at Colts -1.5?
Nope.
I'm gonna take my team too. I'm gonna take Bengals +5.5.
Wow, I love it. I would take that too.
+100. +100. Like I'm surprised it's +100.
Yeah. I mean, money line is +210.
I took the money line already. For this, I'm taking them 5.5, but I took them money line.
You took the money line in this game in August. Give me Seahawks -7 against the Falcons at -105. Falcons are so bad right now. It's weird. It's weird how bad they are.
And they don't have their first round pick. Sucks.
Yeah.
Guess who does? The Rams.
That's crazy.
I'm actually going to take that over under 40.5 for the Eagles Chargers. I like that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I thought you were gonna take that one again.
No, I'm done with the over unders after last week.
Yeah.
You know what, man? Actually, no. It's in.
I thought you were about to take an over under.
No, I was thinking about taking the Dolphins -2.5, but it's in New York and they don't play well in the cold.
They don't. Tua doesn't.
Yeah.
Jets have been playing well too. They've won 3 of the last 5 games.
I know, it's just so weird. You know what? Give me the Broncos -7.5.
Yeah, that one makes sense. Yeah.
It's the only other one I like.
Yeah. I don't hate the over-under in the Dolphins-Jets game. I just don't know what the weather's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Ravens -6 is tempting.
Bucks -8.5 is wild.
I might take Titans Browns over-under 33.5. Just because it's so low.
That is, I think it's even lower on Hard Rock.
What is it on Hard Rock? Because I might take it if it's lower.
I think it's 30.
I mean,
no, it's not. It's 34.
What is it? 34. Like 33. That's 20-13. Like,
I know, but they're so bad.
I know
the Browns don't
They're
let
so
up any
fucking
points,
bad.
and then they also can't score, and the Titans are just bad.
So they're both just bad, is what you're saying.
I mean, the Commanders +2.5 against the Vikings is pretty good.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Dolphins Jets over 41.5.
Okay.
Again, that's the one I was looking at. So it's like I don't really like a lot of these spreads, to be honest.
Neither do I.
It's a tough week.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah. It's just I think a lot of it, like you said, it's like really bad matchups. So it's hard to pick a side when they're bad teams, and then there's really good teams where it's like, fuck, I could see either one of these teams winning.
Yeah. 100%.
Okay. All right, let me read them off real quick. So Mike had Eagles -3 at -105, Seahawks -7 at -105, and Broncos -7.5 at -108. And I had Bengals +5.5 at +100, Eagles Chargers over 40.5 at -115, and Dolphins Jets over 41.5 at -110. Let's not go 1-5 this week. How about that?
Let's go 6-0.
Yeah, let's do it. This is the week. I'm gonna make a parlay of all 6 of them, and that's gonna be why it hits.
I did that last week.
I'm gonna do it right now.
Perfect. All right, let's finish with some of this NBA talk.
Okay.
This Giannis situation is interesting because tonight he got a calf strain, and it looked like, Brian's doing quotations if you're watching. If you're not watching, I'm just telling you. But when I first saw it, I gave it benefit of the doubt. Like, holy fuck, did the NBA god just come down on Giannis for wanting to get the hell out of Milwaukee because they've lost their last 9 games? They honestly started off really hot. They were I think they were 9-4. Now they're 9-14, something like that. 9-13.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And there's all this talk about he got requested for a trade, and now he went down with a calf strain. Which my argument, if you haven't seen the video, go watch it. It does look a little weird, but my thing was, why would he, with all the stuff with Achilles that's happening now, of all injuries, why would a big guy want that, to hinder where he's going to go? But he is over 30, he's not going to get the Paul George haul with SGA and 4 first-round picks, but I don't know. Everything just seems a little weird right now. Your thoughts?
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, sorry, you cut out there for a second. I didn't hear you stop. When I saw the video, it looks like he's faking.
Everyone's saying that.
I know you don't want to say it and put it out there because you don't want to say someone's faking an injury. And we started talking about this before we started a little bit. Where my head went was maybe there was, and this is just speculation, obviously 100% speculation. Maybe there was an argument within the when they had these conversations about trading. Hey, we're not going to trade you, and this is fine. You're not going to trade me. I'm not going to play type of deal. Which you don't want to say that out loud because it makes it it's such a. No one knows that. No one really knows what goes on behind the scenes, but we've seen that before in the NFL, and we've seen players do that before where they're I'm going to take care of myself before I take care of, anything else. I'm going to make sure I get what I want to get. And I could see that being the case. This is going to be my chip to get out of here is you don't want to trade me. I'm not going to play, and I'm going to get hurt. I'm going to come back in for a little bit. Oh, I re-injured it. it's a game, and that's what it is. And it sucks that that's the case, but it happens, and it's part of it, and it's a business, right? Like this whole thing's a business. Like that's a lot of times what I think we all forget about sports. Sometimes it is a business. These are their livelihoods. This is, and sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get yourself out of certain situations you don't want to be in. But I think the most logical, the most likely thing is, he probably tweaked it, and it hurt a little bit, and he was like, "Ah, shit, maybe I shouldn't be playing." Especially if he wants to get traded. To your point, because like that could lead to Achilles, it could lead to calves are tough.
So. Well, I didn't. My thing is, why would he fake that specific injury?
Yeah, that's a very good point. Like, because this broke what 10 minutes before we jumped on here, so like haven't had a lot of time to like think about it or dive into it. But that's a good point. Like of all injuries, that's one you don't want to have, especially if a team's going to trade for you, unless you tell the agent tells them, "Hey, he's fine."
He faked it.
Yes, he's fine. There's nothing wrong with him. Go give him a physical. He'll pass your physical.
Yeah. All I can think of is this is somehow Kyle Kuzma's fault, and I'm still trying to figure out how.
It is crazy. Like, this is not to change the subject, but it is crazy when you said SGA and 4 first-round picks. Like, just thinking back on the Paul George trade, like every time it comes up, that might be worse than the Luka trade.
It's a worse trade. Are you kidding me? Yeah, he just won a title, and he just won the MVP, and he's on a team that's 21 and 1, 22 and 1, and OKC also has. God, they have the Clippers pick and Utah's pick next year, and the Clippers and Utah are like, I think Utah's like 10th, and the Clippers are like 14th, in the West right now.
Nuts. That is nuts. And
they have like probably the best team I've ever seen. I mean, I told you to watch it the other night, and I watched the first half, and they full court press half the time. I mean, it's unbelievable. And I kind of said this to you in text. If they keep playing like this and they keep winning, they could fix the stigma of the NBA of them not playing defense. Because if you watch 10 minutes of the game, like I sent you a clip, and it was 7 minutes left in the third quarter, and the team they were playing against couldn't dribble the ball because OKC was just everywhere. And they just, it's unbelievable how they play. And
I will say, like, to your point, I've watched them a little bit. I haven't watched a ton of NBA yet this year because I'm still in football mode, but like I have watched some NBA, and I think you're right. Like it is the most aggressive defense I've watched in the NBA in a long time. Like it is the crazy. Most I've seen, which is great. I think you're right. This is the like no one's like, I don't know how you're going to beat them. What were they, 22-1, 21-1, or 22-1 now?
22.
I don't know, whatever it is. 22-1. Insane.
Yeah,
Insane.
and then on like the flip side, did you see that clip going around with LeBron talking to the Suns bench, and JJ Redick was trying to call a play?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he was just talking to the bench while the game was going on, and he had to call a timeout. He was pissed. Mm-hmm. It's like there's a big difference here. You have guys who are fucking hungry, who just won the title, and basically are young and they're still hungry. And then you have like LeBron, who's just trying to keep his 10-point streak game alive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
it's like, yeah. It's a very good point. This is a very good point.
Yeah. That's your king.
I mean, it's not my king. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm looking right at the camera right now. That's your king. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to, who I'm talking to. That's your king.
We'll see if they respond. If they respond to those allegations or not.
I'm talking about 5 or 6 people. That's your king.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of one specifically who I think you know of.
Yeah. I know.
But no, it is. We looked at their odds, were they plus 150 to win the championship, which is actually higher than I would have thought at this point in the season. Like it's
surprised they're not minus odds.
And that's with like we said, SGA sat out like 8 or 9 fourth quarters. Like it is.
He's averaging 32 points a game.
Most dominant team since the Warriors.
I'll tell you what, man.
It has to be, right?
Well, 100%. But they could give that Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green team a run.
Yeah.
It's scary. Like if you
That's
just,
what I'm saying.
all I say is just watch one of their games. It's pretty incredible. Like the full court pressing, they don't do that. The NBA doesn't do that. They don't full court press.
No, they don't. Were they 73-9 that year?
The Warriors were the year before Durant came.
But the year before Durant came. Okay.
Yeah.
So I knew it
won
was
like
under
68
10
games the next year, or 67.
That'll be fun to watch the rest of the year. See how close they get.
Yeah. And then real quick, other NBA news, I'll sum it up. Chris Paul got released by the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
Anthony Davis might get traded. We just went over OKC, how good they are. They're 22-1. They're probably going to win 75 games, which would be insane. Anything else I'm missing? Mm-hmm. Oh, the Wizards still stink. So.
Yep. Bulls start off hot. And they stink.
Yeah, they've cooled off. Yeah. Anyway, follow us at Trevor Athlete Pod on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, and at Athlete Pod on X. And Brian, we're all rooting for you this weekend.
Yeah, we need a better week. It was a bad week. It was a tough week. Real bad week.
Well, for your bank account, but more for the Bengals.
Oh, yeah, for both of them. But hey, if they lose, it's okay. I've already accepted. It's going to be fun. I'm glad the game means something. I'm just happy to be here. That's all.
Oh, no, dude.
I'm trying to not get too worked up over this anymore. It's not good.
I know, but that's just who you are, man.
I know. Don't worry. I'll be fucking screaming on Sunday.
Yeah, I know. You're going to be like 6 shots of whiskey deep. Just fucking yelling at your dogs.
Yep. Always. I try not to, but
all right.
It happens. I'm not yelling at them. I'm yelling at the TV, and they're in the vicinity. There's a difference.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll be back next week. Do you have anything else to say?
Who day?
Oh, shit. We gotta do it again, dude. Left the lens cap on.